What's up, you guys? In today's video I'm going to be talking about a really cool diminished tapping type of lick, arpeggio type of thing. But before that, I want to invite you guys over to my Patreon account where you can find the actual tab and notation to that specific lick. You can also find the backing track that I used right at the beginning of the video. Now, the actual lick is based on the D diminished arpeggio, or D diminished 7th arpeggio, and it's a fairly simple type of concept, but it's not so simple to actually play it on the instrument because it has some wide stretches. Now, let me get on to the actual lick. Now, I'm beginning the lick by going to the 8th fret and just doing a straight up D diminished 7th arpeggio, and that's gonna look like this. Now, since this is a symmetrical type of arpeggio, it means it's going to be kind of simple to actually visualize it. So what we're going to do is we're going to move that exact same pattern a fret, and we're going to skip a string and go all the way up to that 4th string, and all the way from the 7th fret we're going to do this. And now we're just going to skip another string and do the exact same thing. Now, right after that, I'm just gonna go into this wide stretch. You can get a stretch of pretty much 3 frets. You're gonna leave 2 frets in the middle, and then the same thing over here. Then, with the right hand, you're gonna do exactly the same type of distance. So the cool thing is that it's kind of easy to visualize. It's always a minor third apart. The next note is always gonna be a minor third apart. So the hard thing is going to be this stretch right here. So that's going to take a little bit of practice. Do not strain your hand too much. You do not want to get hurt with this. But yeah, with enough practice, you can totally get it. Now, after that, we're going to do pretty much the same type of movement, but now with that big stretch right there, it's going to look like this. From there, we're gonna move up a minor third. You can start to notice that it's pretty much the same pattern over and over again. So it's a really cool concept, sounds really cool, kind of outside sounding. Very, very trippy sounding at the very least. And it's fairly simple to visualize. The hard thing, like I mentioned, is those stretches. But you could play a version of these types of arpeggios without those stretches. Now let me just finish up the lick, and I'll go to that version of the lick. So it's gonna look like this. Once I get to that final section of the lick, I'm just gonna stop in this note just to make sure that it fits within the metronome. And then I'm just gonna land on this note up here. And that's pretty much the whole lick. If you do not want to do those big stretches, you can just do the same type of movement that you did at the beginning and just move that up in minor third. It's gonna look something like this. You notice it's pretty much the same exact type of movement, but this time around, I'm not getting onto those actual stretches. All right, that's it for this video. Remember, you can follow me on any type of social media. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm also on Patreon. I'm gonna give a huge thanks and shout out to all the guys over at Patreon. You really are helping out with the making of these videos. I also want to invite you guys over to my website, juan-antoniomusic.com, where you can find different actual private lessons through Skype. You can also find my book, The Art of Scale Weaving, and my 3 box sets with the guys from Guitar Tutorials. All right, thanks for watching.